another ballad. So we know that on the 3rd of September 1580, about the new northern song of Greensleeves was issued. And on the same day, another ballad by a different printer was issued, and it was Ladie Greene Sleves, her answer to her friend Duncan. Now, both of these ballads are lost. We think that the Greensleeves ballad is the one that appears later on in the 1584 Handful of Pleasant Delights, but there was a response from Greensleeves. We just don't have it. I tried to put as much of it as I could imagine into the video. But for all that, there are a lot of other songs with gifts of clothing, and the majority of them end up sweetly compliant, going, oh, I'll go on then, of course I will if you give me nice things. But not all of them do. So I'm going to give you a selection of songs from the same period where a man is offering gifts of clothing and given a variety of responses. I'll start off with a comic song, a wooing song of a yeoman of Kent. He's in a hurry. He said, I cannot come every day to woo. Here, do this now. I've got my best clothes on. I'm even wearing my yellow hose. I'm giving you tawdry lace. And there is a response in another manuscript to the song, which is one of a whole set of rustic wooing songs, where she just goes, look, you can't just come once. You want to woo me? Well, you can listen and find out the answer. So that is my first one, Thomas Ravenscroft's I Have House and Land in Kent.
I have house and land in Kent, and if you love me now. Twopence halfpenny is my rent, and I cannot come every day to woo.
Twopence halfpenny is his rent, he cannot come every day to woo.
Ich will not put on my best white slop, ich will wear my yellow hose, and on my head a good grey hat, and in it make stick a lovely rose.
And on his head a good grey hat, and in it he'd stick a lovely rose.
One time I gave thee a keeper of pins, another time a tawdry lace, and if thou wilt not grant me love, in truth ich die before thy face.
And if thou wilt not grant him love, in truth he'll die before thy face.
Wherefore cease off, make no delay, and if you love me now, or else I seek some other where, for I cannot come every day to woo.
Or else he'll seek some other where, for he cannot come every day to
speaking into this. I am going to look at the same song that Simon and Lynda looked at next, the Christopher Marlowe's passionate effort to his love. And again, there are many beautiful things given. They are simple things, homely gifts with the odd bit of amber beads that are maybe less realistic for a shepherd. And there are, over the years, a number of responses written to this. But the response that I'm going to use is the one that's attributed to Raleigh, which is a very world-weary, cynical response. And Callum is going to read Mr. Marlowe's poem in original pronunciation.
Come, live with me, and be me love, and we will all the places prove, that valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods, or steepy mountains yields. And I will make thee beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant poses, a cap of flowers, and a kirtle, embroidered all with leaves of myrtle. A gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair loined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these places may thee move, come live with me and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing, for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. The end, but both of those songs are found in multiple sources. I took them from a miscellany called England's Helicon, which is printed in 1600, which is full of loving shepherds and responses. We'll come back to it later. I'm going to go back a few years now to 94. And this is a slightly puritanical text, I suppose. It is Willobie His Avisa, or the true picture of a modest maid and a constant wife. And in this song, a very virtuous maid is wooed by all sorts of people offering her all sorts of things. And as a virtuous woman would do, she rejects them all until
She finds a good, honest husband. Then other people try to tempt her away, but that's not part of today's story. So here, Avisa is being wooed by a gentleman, a nobleman. This particular set of words interested me because it's very similar to Greensleeves. Not only does it offer her a wide range of clothing, also offers her horses and servants. So it is like that, and I will now pass you over to Castellezzo.
Here's 40 angels to begin, a little pledge of great goodwill, to buy thee lace, to buy a pin. I will be careful of thee still. If you be quailed, if I be old, I can supply that with my gold.
For golden angels I repel, for lawless lust I here defy. These angels of the host of hell, that often lead poor souls awry. Shame on them all, your eyes shall see. These angels have no power of me.
Silk gowns and velvet shall thou have, with hoods and cords fit for my head, of goldsmith's work, a border brave, a chain of golden double spread, and all the rest shall answer this. My purse shall see that nothing is. Two noble maids attendant still, two serving men, four gelding pressed. Go where you list, ride where you will, no jealous thought shall be molest. 200 pounds I do intend to give thee yearly for to spend.
Your gowns of silk, your golden chains, your men, your maids, your 100 pounds are nothing else but devilish trains that fill fond ears with tinkling sound. A bladder full of traitorous wind, and farthest off from filthy mind. I'll see your name in noise plain, and lost would give no longer leave to faithless heart to lie and feign, which might perchance in time deceive. My Jesus Christ, I do protest, I'll never grant that you request.
Well, that didn't end well. And so far, all the songs that I've given you have been very one way. They're a man offering something to the woman, expecting something in return. The next song I'm going to give you comes also from England's Helicon, and it's much more equal. It's a reciprocal song between a shepherd and a shepherdess, where they both make gifts of clothing for each other, And then they talk about what they would buy. So I find this interesting both in thinking about what could be made easily at home and what you have to go and spend money on. But this one's really sweet. It's Phillidaes Loue-call to her Corridon, and his replying.
Who is it that calleth Corridon? Who is that I hear?
Phillidaes, thy true love calleth thee. Arise then, arise and keep thy flock with thee.
Phillidaes, my true love, is it she? I come then, I come and keep my flock with me.
Here on cherries ripe, my Corridon, eat them for my sake.
Here's my oaten pipe, my lovely one, what for me to make.
Here are threads, my true love, fine as silk, to knit me a pair of stockings white as milk.
Here are reeds, my true love, fine and neat, to make thee a bonnet to withstand the heat.
That's such a lovely song. I'm going to finish with a song, a slightly later song from the 1640s, because not everyone was lucky enough to have people to buy them clothes, whether they gave things in return or not. And this is a song about a girl who's looking at everyone else wearing lovely clothes, and she's still in her old market shoes and her woolen stockings, yearning for something more. Comes from Gamble's Commonplace book. Thank you so much. You heard Emily Atkinson, soprano, Callum Coates, actor, Richard Winter, tenor, Robin Jeffrey, lute, and Lynda Sayce, viol and flute and recorder.